Welcome to One Real Estate's newest exclusive listing. We are in a cute little neighborhood right across from Northrop High School. We're going to start the tour really inside today and just kind of shake things up, I guess. We'll give you the stats there. Um, but once again, just for context and location, we're right across from Northrop High School. Really cute, quiet little neighborhood. I like the fact that we got the sidewalks. Everybody's taking care of their house. I like your neighbor. Your neighbor's right here. Really cute setup, a little iron fence. So excited to show you more about the outside, but really excited to show you the inside. Completely renovated this house, and it was done really, really well. So with that, go ahead and go inside. Okay, so now let's go over the stats real quick on this house. So we are on one story. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath home. We've got a cool setup with the master, some features in this home that you usually don't get at a square footage or a price point, really, this home. So I think value here, huge deal on the value side of things. 3-bed, 1-bath, we're just under 1,200 square foot, and we are right across the street from Northrop High School. So we have a really, really good access to the entire city relatively quickly. With that, we'll go ahead and get into the tour. So we step in and we are immediately inside the first living room. So it's really nice. You have 2 separate living spaces. I always tell people who want families, who have families, it's really nice to have 2 living spaces, especially if you got younger kids walking in the house, stepping on toys, not ideal for most people. So, and you will be using these front doors too, because there's no attached garage. So you will be coming through either the other living room door or this door here. So coming in, not stepping on toys is a big deal. Plus, just keeping this a little nicer so that you have your own separate space from the kids. Let them go nuts in here. You have a little bit of peace and sanity here in this section of the house. And it is a good sized living space. I'd say you could easily fit, 6 to 8 people in this space pretty comfortably. You've got a massive wall there that you could put a TV on, entertainment setup, or you could do it on this wall here too. So just to give you a good idea of the space, I'll walk around here. And other things to note, you got vinyl plank on the floor, which is a big deal. It's a little higher in touch. Part of the total remodel that this place did, you'll see really, really, really good materials throughout the entire home. I'll just keep saying it over and over again because you just don't find a renovation at this price point with the quality materials and craftsmanship that actually went into it. So value once again is huge. You got the recessed lights here. Vinyl plank, big window, letting in a ton of natural light. We don't have the lights on right now. And you can just see how bright it is, which is a big deal. So with that, we'll go ahead and move on through the kitchen and into that second living space. And in the kitchen, there's 2 things they say sell at home, and it's the kitchen and it is a bathroom. And I'll tell you what, this kitchen was done to the nines. You do not see a home in this price point with this quality materials and this quality job done. So before we get to the really cool features, we've got this little dine-in kind of nook space here. So you got an eat-in kitchen, you got the full fridge space, and I love a couple things. Details. I love the hardware that they put on these. These poles are just really cool, really sleek, kind of modern. I love the fact that they put this pendant light, this, what do you call this, a sconce, or yeah, I think it's sconce. But I love the fact that they put this light up here over the sink. I think that's a really, really cool touch. I'm not hitting on some of the biggest highlights, which is this tile backsplash. This is a real tile backsplash and also quartz countertops to match. So you've got this kind of brown thing running through. People are really loving those brown, kind of soft brown touches. And if that's your vibe, you're definitely going to be able to work with this kitchen. So we've got all new appliances too, the fridge, the gas range oven, and the microwave here above.
Now, one thing that you typically get in these houses too is the laundry is inside the kitchen or right around the corner from the kitchen. In this case, it is in the kitchen. And I love the way they decided to finish this off with more countertop space. It's really deep too. So your your washer and dryer, they're not going to stick out any further than maybe right here, about as deep as this stove. Even if it was, if you had those like bubble fronts, it would still be underneath this countertop and still be hidden. And once again, just finished off in a very, very classy way. They've also left some space here, and I love the fact that they tiled all the way up this space. You could put some floating shelves here if you wanted, or if you wanted to add another cabinet there, you could definitely get another cabinet in there. But once again, I just love the way that they finished this space off. Another cool feature, you have tile here, true tile floor. So everything you see in here is quality materials. Like I said, at a $200,000 price point, you just do not often get this quality of materials in a renovation project like this. And this is a renovation. This home has been owned for quite a while from the lady who is renovating the home. So this isn't just some, random flip. They've had this home, they've held on to it. I believe they rented it out for a time. But now we are in the second living room. Obviously, huge feature here, the fireplace. I love that funky chandelier with the gold accent. But this is going to be a really cool, cozy family living space. Now, you're not going to be able to fit really deep furniture here because we are pretty close to the fireplace here. But that being said, just a normal width sectional in this space or a couple couches would do fine. And it is a long space, so you could get a lot of furniture, or you could get a desk over there if you needed more of a home office kind of feel. Uh, so I believe too, at one point, this was probably a garage when converted, and I see something similar with a lot of the houses here in the area. I'm guessing a contractor came in and said, "Hey, I'm renovating this guy's garage. I can convert your space too." And he did probably did all probably cleaned up with his neighborhood, to be honest. Another really cool feature is the thicker trim. You have a thicker trim on the baseboard. It's not just your average trim. Another cool feature. Another cool feature. Being able to walk right outside. Once again, this was a garage. So really practical to be able to walk outside, through this door. And yeah, I just like the fact that they kept it. We have vinyl plank on the floor, which is also good to note. This isn't that laminate stuff that once it gets wet, it's going to just, burst into crack, paper. This is actually a vinyl plank. So once again, going into the fact that you have quality sourced materials here. And this is that door that I was talking about. So we have this nice big door with, you know, the big windows on it, letting in a ton of natural light so that this space doesn't even need the lights on. I mean, it's plenty of bright in here. So with that, we're going to go ahead and make our way through the living room into the bedroom.
Okay, now we're stepping into what I'm going to call bedroom number three. That being said, this is really the second largest bedroom. It's just at the furthest end of the house. And this room easily support a full bed. Could fit a queen in here if you wanted. You've got a decent sized closet. Uh, I'd say it's a pretty standard sized closet, especially for a home this age. But really, really good space. And it's really neat too. These mature trees in the backyard really add to the scene in this bedroom, which is a big deal because once again, at this price point to have the different features, to have this size backyard with the pretty big trees, it just adds to that value factor that you're really getting a lot for your money here with this house. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into bedroom number two. Okay, so bedroom number two is the smallest bedroom out of the bunch. That being said, you could fit a full bed in here, fit a twin bed in here. It could be a home office too if you don't have a family, for example. This would be a really good spot for that. You've got your direct access to seeing that beautiful tree. There's actually two really nice trees out here, which we'll show you the backyard a little later. But seeing that all of the light fixtures, match and seeing, just a nicer, fresh coat of paint, quality of materials on the hardware side of things. Just all good things that you would expect out of a renovation. Sometimes you get a little shoddy work, you get cheaper materials. In this renovation, that just wasn't the case. They did a really, really good job. So, with another thing that we'll notice is they've got the vinyl plank going throughout the entire space, except for the kitchen. It has tile, real tile. So, once again, it's quality materials, but the vinyl plank flowing throughout, big, big feature. That we'll go ahead and get onto the master. Now we are in the master, and the master is a really good size room. So you could easily fit king bed on this wall, actually. Good space for that. If you were going to put a queen in here, I'd put it on this wall, or obviously you could put it on that wall since it does support a king. You're not going to have enough space for nightstands on both sides. If you put a queen on this wall, putting a king on that wall, you should have just enough room to be able to do that. Maybe a nightstand off to one side only, but just to give you an idea for the size, get a feel for the scope of what you can do in the room. Another nice touch. This is one of those things that I talked about in the very beginning. You don't often get, his and hers closet set up, especially with one being a walk-in closet. So you've got a walk-in closet here, and then you've got his closet here, which is about the size of just a standard closet in any one of these other bedrooms. So that is a good feel for what the master actually is. Now, what we'll do is we'll go into the shared bathroom for the house. There's only one bathroom in this house. So if that's a deal breaker, house isn't for you. But if it's not, once again, value, bang for your buck, you're going to see in there. It is done really well. Okay, so now we are in the bathroom. So we've got a single vanity. Once again, though, we're seeing like quality materials. The fact that that is a real working drawer. You've got the doors here. Uh, you got the black faucets, which is a big deal. Gold accents as well. So we've got the black and the gold themes both playing in this house. And obviously, I'm skipping over one of the coolest and most important details, which is this a real tile surround, which is something that you don't even get that in half of these $400,000 new builds, let alone a $200,000 renovation project. So big deal. Finish off with the saluter too. It's just really well professionally done. You can tell that a true craftsman came in here and actually put this home together, versus sometimes what you get on the flips is people are worried about, shoddy materials or shoddy work. That just is not the feeling you get in this house. You definitely get a feel of professionalism and quality work. I like the fact that, once again, they tied in the black accents too. You got people who want to go black, gold. On these flips, it's really hard to tell, which way people are going to go. And they did a really good job of spreading those colors throughout to make the home feel updated and fresh, but also very easy to move into and put your own touch on. So that's all I got for the inside. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way outside to see the front yard and the backyard, and then we'll finish up the tour. Okay, now we're going to take a quick look outside, and we'll start here at the front with the flower beds. So flower beds are not finished off, but they're prepped. They're ready for you to go nuts. They've got a really good example of just some pretty flowers out front, and they do look really pretty. You see that in the pictures. You see that in the front of the video, obviously. And then getting into some other details that they've put outside. So having this kind of like mock or faux railroad tie situation going down the driveway adds just some character and charm to the house. The fact that they laid down fresh gravel, big deal from a maintenance perspective. One more thing that you don't have to worry about. So, if you want to get into a truly turnkey situation, they've pretty much done everything that you would need to do. They've even hit some bigger ticket items like the roof. The roof is brand new. You've got some newer doors and windows throughout the house. You've got vinyl doors and windows, you've got vinyl windows throughout the house, which is great from a maintenance perspective. just makes things easy. And then as we make our way around to the backyard, another great detail, not something they necessarily did, but it's good to have, is this extended area of the driveway, whether you need space for a third car or if you wanted to put a carport over this to get the elements off of your vehicles. It'd be really easy to do on this side of the house. Um, also just anything else you might want to store. A trailer here. Maybe you got a small boat. I see the neighbor has a boat over there that's covered up. Didn't notice it before. It's kind of hard to see, but he's got a similar situation going there. So, these are things that make this space practical, adds to the practicality of the house. With that, we're going to go ahead and make our way into the backyard. Another practical feature, storage. So the fact that you have the shed, you don't have an attached garage. So having the shed here for storage is a big deal. House all your yard tools and all that good stuff. And then we've got a nice size patio. Needs a little cleaned up. Spray some of these weeds, but besides that, patio is not in too terrible shape. And, I can see somebody really dressing this up and making it real cutesy and just a good hangout spot. This grill behind me is a natural gas grill. Another really cool thing because, you don't have to worry about propane. You don't have to worry about, coal or anything else to start your fire. Just turn the key and light that sucker up and it's always good to go, which is a big deal. I love the natural gas stuff. It's a really cool practical touch to utilities and appliances throughout the house. So cool to see. And then, this is something that everybody's really loving nowadays, these raised garden beds. And this is a pretty big raised garden bed. This is pretty much just all weeds. So it's going to require some maintenance to come in here, kill all this stuff, take it out. It could use, maybe 3 to 4 inches of topsoil too. So some work to do in the flower beds, but it's nice that it's here. You don't have to do it. You just got to take these plants out and replant whatever you want. So good sized backyard. Good sized backyard. You fit a little kid pool back here. You could fit a really good sized play set back here. So just really practical. And actually it's kind of a slope. So you could even do a little sledding back here. It's not crazy, but if you got like a 2-3-year-old, they'd go nuts. Guarantee it. Some more little bushes and trees and stuff. So yeah, overall, it's just mostly a cleared space. And then you've got these really pretty trees. I'm guessing this used to be a fire pit. They just kind of filled it in, it looks like. But yeah, you've got these really big, pretty mature trees. So you put a hammock in between here. You want to build a tree house. You always dreamed of you and your kids building a tree house. You could do that in here. String up some lights. Just really set this backyard off. It's blank slate. It's been maintained properly, and so it makes it easy for you to come in here and put your vision on what it could be. But it's also turnkey. You don't have to do anything. So with that, we'll go ahead and finish up the tour in the front. Okay, if you are interested in this home, all of the information is in the description below. And if you know somebody who might be interested in this home, go ahead and send this listing off to them. You send them the information in the description, or you can send them the video. Either way, it's good for me. If you are a home seller in Northeast Indiana and you want this type of marketing done for you, contact us at One Real Estate. The crazy part is we do all this at 1%. So if you want to see how, if you want to know more, go ahead and once again, that information is in the description. I'm Oleg Brown with One Real Estate. Thanks for watching.